Round 5 of the Rugby Championship is here, and it is tighter than a double loop bootlace. Today, let's zero in on South Africa versus Argentina at Hollywood Bets, Kings Park in Durban. Kickoff scheduled for 5:10 local time. What I want to do is decode the team announcements and what those selections tell us about game plans. We'll fold in the venue and weather and then layer it all over the rugby from the stand stat sheet so we can call strengths, weaknesses, and the most likely shape of the match. Stick around to the end for the key matchups and some if this then that scenarios for how the game swings. Let's start with the team sheets. For South Africa, Rassie Erasmus has hardly touched the side that smashed the All Blacks in Wellington. 2 changes only. Ebenezer is back for Lud Diaga and Damian Willemse comes in for Apalele Fassi at fullback. Damian Diolande is restored at 12 outside Sasha Feinberg Ngomazulu, with Kanan Moody at 13. The bench remains a 5-3 split. Boan Venter joins, Jan Hendrik Wessels covers hooker, and Morne Vanderberg replaces Grant Williams. The headline here is continuity. Rassie even said it himself. We're not going to play expansive running rugby, we're going to play a test match. That means kicking for territory, leaning on set piece and collisions, squeezing penalties, and taking the scoreboard in chunks. Argentina, meanwhile, have beefed up the tight 5. Pablo Matera is back at 6, with Franco Molina and Lucas Paulos starting at lock. Guido Petty, Pedro Rubiolo, and Juan Martin Gonzalez all move to the bench. And with a 6-2 split, that's a clear message. Thomas Albornoz returns but starts on the bench, while Santiago Carreras keeps the 10 jersey. Captain Julian Montoya summed it up. He said, "This is about playing against the best pack in the world." So what do those choices actually signal? For South Africa, Etzebeth's presence means they'll contest everything in the air at line-out and restart, and they'll welcome an arm wrestle in the maul and scrum. Willemse at 15 alongside Colby suggest a plan built on contestable kicking and counter-attack threats. The 5-3 bench keeps them balanced with Libbok and Esterhazen available if they want to shift gears later. That's a test match blueprint. Pressure, moments, and control. For Argentina, the double lock bench and a back row of Matera, Kremer, and Oviedo screams, win the middle. They want to choke South Africa's ruck speed, disrupt the Bok line-out rhythm, and carry relentlessly into the seam. With Carreras steering at 10, the plan looks like field position, discipline, and scoreboard pressure through the tee, before unleashing fresh forwards in the last quarter. Now let's look at the venue. Kings Park in Durban, the forecast is mostly cloudy, about 23 degrees, with a breeze around 26 kilometers an hour. It's a late afternoon kickoff, so heat won't be much of a factor, and the breeze is noticeable but not nasty. That supports a kicking territory game, but shouldn't destroy attacking rhythm. And just for context, Durban's hosted this matchup 3 times before. Argentina shocked the Boks in 2015, winning 37-25. South Africa took the spoils in 2018 and 2022. Several veterans on both sides played in that upset, which keeps the edge alive. So how do both teams approach this game? First, the kicking battle. Colby and Willemse for South Africa, Malia, Isgro, and Mateo Carreras for Argentina. Contestable kicks will be huge in this game. Expect the Boks to pepper the 5-15-meter channels with box kicks and nudges, while Argentina will mix long exits with selective contests. Then, set piece. At scrum time, Oxenshire, Malcolm Marx, and Thomas du Toit against Vivas, Montoya, and Sclavi is a heavyweight clash. South Africa's numbers give them the edge. At lineout, the Boks were under 80% earlier but fixed it in Wellington. So Argentina are the benchmark at 88 in the competition, but with Etzebeth back, expect South Africa to vary their pods, while Argentina contest early and often. In the collisions, the Bok back row, Kolisi, Pieter-Steph, and Wiese thrive on fast ruck ball. Argentina counter with Kremer's tackle count and Matera's timing over the ball. If South Africa can keep rucks under 3 seconds, their meters per carry advantage grows. If Argentina slow it down, the Boks get flatter, and Los Pumas' line speed eats them up. The 10-12 channel is another focal point. For the box, Sasha Feinberg Mngomezulu controls territory. De Allende punches holes, and Moody is the release if Argentina defend too narrow. For Argentina, Santiago Carreras glues things together. Chocobares adds gain line carries, and Mateo Carreras punishes any loose kick chase. And then the benches. South Africa's 5-3 split brings Libbok and Esterhuizen to shift tempo late, with R.G. Snyman as line-out insurance. Argentina's 6-2 keeps the tight 5 contest live to the death, with Juan Martin Gonzalez adding both breakdown threat and emergency wing cover. That's a clear hint they want to win this through attrition. What's the keys to the game? For South Africa, dominate the air early, keep the line out clean, and stay disciplined in midfield. For Argentina, make it a penalty game, wreck South Africa's line out rhythm, and cut their own penalty count. Now, some matchups to watch. Etzebeth against Montoya's throw. Whoever wins those first 2 lineouts sets the tone. Pieter-Steph du Toit and Wiese against Matera and Kremer. Ooh, what a matchup. Tempo versus turbulence at the ruck. Colby and Willemse against Isgro and Mateo Carreras in the air. Whew. The territory ledger may come from that. And finally, Sasha Feinberg Mngomezulu against the breeze. If his kicking pins Argentina, South Africa will dictate. If he misses a couple, Argentina gain 30 or 40 meters and all the momentum. Durban itself adds a bit of spice. Argentina have done it here before in 2015, while South Africa were emphatic in 2018 and 2022. The late afternoon conditions, cool, cloudy, with a manageable breeze, set up a classic test match canvas of collisions, set piece, and aerials. What shape does the game likely take? In the opening 10, the box will kick to corners, contest everything, and hunt an early scrum penalty. Argentina will look to absorb and try to put the first points on the board through a penalty. From 20 to 50 minutes, if South Africa achieve fast ruck cadence, De Allende and Moody will start punching holes. If Argentina can slow it down and make the lineout messy, it becomes a stop-start whistle fest, with Carreras pointing at the posts. In the last 20, the benches decide it. Argentina's 6-2 keeps the power on. South Africa's Libbok and Esterhuizen provide the closing options. As for scenarios, the most likely path is South Africa by 2 scores. Say, box by 10 to 12 points, possibly 10 to 14 points, actually. That comes from scrum ascendancy, a stable line-out, aerial wins, and scoreboard pressure that forces Argentina to play more, which opens turnover chances late. The upset path for Argentina is a whistle fest. 15 points from the tee, a Bock line-out wobble, and 1 big play from Mateo Carreras. There's also the knife-edge draw or 1-score result if weather or nerves add chaos. Big picture, with the table this tight, a South Africa win here, plus a split in the Trans-Tasman series, puts them in the box seat heading to Twickenham. But if they lose, the title race explodes wide open and Argentina are right in it. So what do I expect? A proper test. South Africa leaning on scrum and aerials. Argentina leaning on line-out and the tee. If it's played on South Africa's terms, fast rucks and territorial squeeze, it's box by 10 to 14. If Argentina turn it into a technical stop-start grind and stay on the right side of the whistle, they've got a very real shot of nicking it late. Either way, this is exactly why we love this tournament. 4 teams, 4 distinct game models, and everything to play for. You've been listening to Rugby from the Stands. If you enjoy the mix of tactics and plain English breakdowns, tap subscribe, share a comment, and share this video with a mate who watches scrums like some people watch Netflix. I'll see you on the other side of Durban. Out.